right, everybody, welcome to the program. You're live with CLIPA. Got a special guest today. Very excited to hear what he has to say. Mr. David Hamel, welcome in.
Hey, thanks, Matt, for having me today.
Yeah. Very excited to have you speaking this year. This is your first year speaking at CLIPA Con, right?
Yes, it is.
So I think you've been an attendee in the past and stuff like that. So you're going to be on stage. Very cool. So excited to hear what you have to say about that. But let's talk about yourself. Let's talk about what you have going on. There's a lot of things going on. And we just talked about a landscape lighting deal that you got. Landscape lighting is new to your portfolio, isn't it?
It is. We've done Christmas lights for several years. We just added landscape lighting just a few weeks ago. And today I was telling Matt, today we were out at a house, the homeowner, we had washed their house in the past and then Christmas lights on, and it's just a double wide type house, but we sold her almost $19,000 worth of landscape lighting. So
wow, that's amazing.
Never let somebody go by the wayside that you don't think has the means or with the want to have something,
Yeah, we just had the discussion the other day. We were talking in our training. We always talk about that. Ryan Fox has a great story of like, don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, that's, essentially what it is. Because you never know. He's been to houses, in the Christmas light industry where he pulls up and he's like, oh my gosh, if you go into it, like these guys have no money, but you never know what they're experiencing. With this house, his story that he has is they just don't take care of their house, but they love Christmas. So they really spend a lot of money and it's like, okay, well, they spend a lot of money here. So love it. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. So how long does a job like that take?
That job would be a 2-day job.
Okay, good. That's a pretty good profit right there, I'd say. So this is new for you guys. You guys just recently started landscape lighting. When did you start that?
We just went to a training on it in February and came back, got all the printed materials made out, the uniforms, make it look like we've been doing it 100 years, and just basically just did some advertising starting the beginning of the week.
Okay. What form of advertising?
Mostly low hanging fruit type stuff, marketing to our current customers for our house washing company. And we also have a concrete floor coating company, and to our Christmas light customers. And it's been mostly Christmas light customers that have come to us.
Oh, good.
And since we've did that, we've done almost $30,000 in just this week.
Wow. Yeah. You really came out of the gates on that one. So coming out of the gates and learning that industry that quick, you took training. Where did you take training at?
We did it with Ryan Lee.
Oh, there you go. There's a little plug for Ryan. You
hear
that,
Ryan? And Ryan is going to be out here at CLIPA Con too. And
that's right.
Went down to Tampa, did his program, and learned how to. It's different than Christmas lights. It takes a little more thought than I'm going to put lights on your gutters and on your ridge lines. It's like it's a little more artistic in the landscape lighting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was kind of leading into that. Ryan Lee will be at our. I knew you took that training, so I wanted to set that one up for hit it out of the park on that. But you did. So landscape lighting, that's obviously taken off. That's great. Tell us about your Christmas lights. You've been doing Christmas lights for how long?
We've done it for 2 years. This will be our third. We're in a very small area. We've got about 80,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
200,000 a quarter-mile radius. In the first year, everybody said, you need to expect to do about 35,000. So we ended up doing 125. The second year we did 265. This year we're going for 400, and just go in there and dominate.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. All lit up VA,
right? LitUpVA.com.
Yeah, all LitUpVA.com. So building it that much. I mean, you've doubled almost every single year. What's your key? I mean, what's your key to this success? How do you pull that off?
Oh, a few different things, you utilize other customers you have from your other businesses, obviously, is one. We do a lot of yard signs. We do a lot of door-to-door flyers we put out. Those go along with the yard signs real well. And then we've done about 90% of our business has been, I've signed them up for 3-year contracts. So I've already got 200,000 sold for this next year.
Wow. For Christmas lights.
Christmas lights.
That's pretty amazing. That's awesome. Everybody's striving to be where you're at, which is pretty cool. And your progression over the years is pretty amazing to see. I mean, you guys are really knocking it out of the park.
200,000 is going to go up in October. That's part of the deal. 3-year, and you go up in October to get a little bit better price.
So let's talk about the contract side of things. Some people are like, oh, I don't do contracts, all that stuff. What is your key to doing that? And why do you like doing contracts?
Well, you're always gonna have a few people that don't want to do it, and that's fine. The ones that do it up, the way I do it is I'll give them a discount if they'll do a 3-year deal, and everybody wants a deal. Everybody wants to get something off. So I started my prices really high and with the discounts to get it down to what I wanted. And so with that, they were happy. And then I said, I'll take off a little tiny bit more if you let me put it up early. And they're like, I said, you don't have to turn them on. They're on a timer. All you have to do is plug the timer in. They're on battery backup anyhow. So just plug it in when you're ready and your lights will be on.
Yeah.
And they seemed to all be fine with that. So it was really good.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. The industry, when I first started this back in 2006, actually hung lights in 98, but didn't do anything in between. It used to be November 1st. That was the kickoff. November 1st to December 15th. And then you were done. Now it's September. I mean, we're starting in September.
We put a few up in September this year, especially commercial stuff. Commercial people, we did like 6 car dealerships. They wanted up earlier because they get longer. They want to draw attention to themselves. And a crossover, when I ran to one of the owners of the car dealership, the Volkswagen Subaru dealer, and he had cement pads out front where you would park cars near the road, and we put stake lights around those, and it looked gorgeous. And I saw him another day in Sam's, and I said, you know what, we're doing landscape lighting now. He goes, yeah, I know, I got your email and text from you. I said, we ordered some lights and we want to come do a demo for you, because on those pads out there, we could put lights in around all those pads and you would have that ability all year long to see those looking really, really good.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, let's come out and let's do that and let's look at it. So
I love it. Yeah. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. That's great that he's already got a text from you, an email from you, and everything.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah. So let's talk about advertising. So this is what you're speaking on at CLIPA Con. You're talking about yard signs. So how much detail can you go into about yard signs? Obviously, I mean, I feel like they're the most, I think they're the best part of advertising. I think they get the immediate feedback and all that stuff, but I'll let you tell me about that.
Well, yard signs have always worked really well for me. Like so far this year, they work for all my companies I've got, but I was looking at numbers the other day. So far this year, for every dollar I spent on yard signs, I made $26. So if somebody gives you an ATM machine and says, put $1 in, you get 26 out, you're just going to sit there and feed that machine, right?
Sure. Yep.
And so that's what we do. We do a lot of yard signs. Now, I just got a shipment in of 1,100.
Wow. Okay.
Most people say, oh, I got a box of 100 and they think they're done. Well, no, that's just barely getting started,
Yeah.
And you have to be really tenacious at it, because you're going to have, localities that don't want them. You're going to have some just general people in particular that don't want them. And you've always got competitors who are just a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do when I'm talking, I'm going to show you some really good hacks to try to keep people from taking your signs, things you can do to make it such a misery to take them that you don't really want to take them after a while.
Yeah.
Things like that. And, it's having a system where you can put your signs up. It's just like, I can't just give a box of signs to a guy and say, hey, go put these up all over town. That is not how you do this. You got to have a system. You got to know where you want them, where they're going to do any good. You have to design them in a way that they're actually readable from the road. Some of them, I looked at one the other day, and I'll show a picture of it. It had 72 words on it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that is like, unless you're holding it in your hand, you can't even make it out.
Yeah.
So you rules of 7 is you want no more than 7 something on the sign. 7 words, a logo's a word, a phone number's a word, a picture's a word, no more than 7 if you can help it.
Yeah.
Make the fonts as big, use the full print to the edges, do full bleeds on the sides instead of having a white ring around it. Change the direction you put your sign. Sometimes, people want to have, the wider kind. I do a lot of mine tall as well. And so when they're taller, they look different than everybody else who's doing signs. So the goal is to scream at people so that they recognize you and snap a picture of your sign or call you where they're at a stoplight, or, we do a lot of different things too. Like when we sell a job, we put a coming soon sign in the yard so they can ask their neighbors, all start asking questions, because we have a referral program and that mixes into it. And so hey, if I can put this coming soon sign in your yard, your neighbors are going to start asking, you can start making referral money now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a science to this. There's not just putting a sign out and then you're going to teach the science.
I'm going to teach the science of it. And I'm going to show a lot of good examples and a lot of bad examples. Hopefully nobody sees your sign there. I ask people, just send me your sign. I'm doing some research. So I've got some pictures of signs. There's some good ones and there's some just awful ones.
Yeah, good. And you'll tell them what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, right?
We're gonna do some voting in the room on signs as we go through it, and so to let people decide for themselves. I'm going to hold some up from the platform. You're going to say, I can't even read it, and I'm in the 4th row.
Yeah, you know. Love it. I probably couldn't see if I was in the front row because of my eyes. But so yeah, it's a lot to it. Do you one more question about signs? Do you know what the average lifespan of a sign would be? It's a tough one.
You know, it all depends on your competition in your area. I would say for me, it's maybe 10 days.
10 days. Okay.
10 days. Yeah. And then you got to put, but I've got so many, we put them up day after day after day after time after time. My sales guys all are required to put up so many a day. And I do things with them to make sure that they get put up. And I'll share those things as well, to where you're not going to worry about, well, they didn't really put them up. They just said they did. I'm going to make that problem go away for you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, David, I appreciate you coming in. Really looking forward to seeing your class when, next week. Gosh, it's coming up quick.
Quick. We'll hopefully send everybody home with some little gold nuggets they can use.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to see David speak and come join us next week, he's speaking in the Shell Room Thursday. So come out on May 2nd and see David speak. Looking forward to that one. We also have some pre-show classes if you want to join us for that. We have a multi-seasonal lighting. If you want to expand your lighting outside the holiday months and expand it all year, we have a multi-seasonal lighting class you can attend. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about roof line installations, permanent lighting, and tree lighting as well. So you can join us for that. That is Wednesday, May 1st. We also have a sales boot camp class going on. So if you want to get away from the residential or tap into the commercial side of things, we're going to teach you how to do that. Chelsea Fernetton is going to be teaching that class, and we're going to have some guest speakers that are going to join us for that. Teach you everything you know about commercial sales. So if you want to tap into that market, we will teach you how. So make sure you send your sales reps or yourself. Make sure you bring your cell phones, because we will be making some cold calls. She's going to put you on the phone, and they're going to be doing a site walk. So very excited about that, and how do you bid this out, and looking at different elements outside. So come join us next week. It's coming quick. So if you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get them. Come out and see speakers like David speak, along with the other 27 speakers we have in the lineup. So looking forward to it. David, once again, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you in just a few days. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.